Hey gamer friends, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Josiah.
And we are ready to roll.
Today is our late to the party video. We're going to be doing another video in that series.
Yeah, the latest in the series is, drumroll. Okay. Tzolk'in The Mayan calendar.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a fun game, actually.
It was. It was really different.
It is.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's a CGE game.
Right.
And it's 2 to 4 players, 12 plus, and a 90-minute game is what it says.
I think that's about what it took us. I can't remember. Maybe a little less than that with 2 players.
Yeah. Yeah. What's so interesting about this game, just right off the bat, is it's one of the only games I can think of where we bought a game based on the components basically alone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it really wasn't about the theme.
No.
Not necessarily about the artwork, although I don't have a problem with it. It's fine.
Sure.
But yeah, it was just like, hey, I want to see how this works.
Yeah. And so for those of you who haven't played it yet, there is a big wheel, a gear wheel, and there are gears, I think 4. Oh no, there's 5. There's 5 smaller gears that connect connect into the big gear, and so every turn, each of you take a turn, and then you spin the big wheel, and it turns the little wheels to different actions.
Yeah, the different gears. Yeah, it's really interesting. I liked this game because it was super easy to learn.
Yeah.
I like games that are very easy to learn and yet not necessarily easy to play. Like there's
a lot to them.
Yeah, they have a lot to them, but they're easy to learn.
Yeah.
And this one I feel like was really easy to learn because on your turn, you are either placing a worker or retrieving a worker.
That's right.
And when you retrieve the worker, you get to do whatever action it is. And they have tracks that you can go up, which I really have found. I love going up tracks in games. It's really fun, and there's just all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, so the tracks that you have are 3 pyramids. There's a green, a gold, and a brown or a red.
Yes.
Pyramid, and you can go up those tracks. They give you things as you go up, and then you score points based on how high you go. Yeah,
and then there were the other options of like you could build buildings or monuments.
Monuments, yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
So there's an option where you can do that, and you get other resources and different things. Corn is the currency in the game, so that was interesting. So what did you like about the game?
What I liked about it is that it felt, it's one of those that feels logical.
Okay.
So you have to, not in the same way as like...
Not like a thematic way?
Not a thematic way, right. Okay. But in a practical way.
Okay.
So you have to go on the corn track to get currency. You have the build track that you get on to build things. You've got the victory point track that you can jump on and just let something ride out there for more victory points, and so it made a lot of sense, and you can only place your worker on the lowest possible place, right? So there's not a lot of there, even though there is several wheels of option, 5 different wheels that you can go on. There's really not a lot to get bogged down about.
Yeah, I would say the hardest part is figuring out your timing on when to take your workers back. Because you only have 3 workers at the beginning of the game, and so you have to kind of use them strategically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really liked how your engine starts to really get going as you go throughout the game, because I kind of like that, and you're getting more and more powerful. You're starting to be able to do more and more on your turns, and this is triggering this, which allows me to do this, and I love that. So that was good.
Yeah, there was another thing that was really cool to me is there's a first player spot. So if you want to be first player, you have to place a worker there. And basically go get first player.
Right.
And every time that first player option is not chosen, there's a corn that is placed on the teeth of the big gear. And so they kind of stack up incentivizing somebody to go get that first player token and get all those coins.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, because we've only played it at 2-player, and so I feel like that was maybe even more of an incentive for us to go to that place, because I feel like in maybe a 4-person game, you're going to be more likely to want to jump on that first player.
Right.
But since there were just the 2 of us, I don't know the difference, how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But I did think that really was incentivizing us to be like, hey, I really want that first player position.
Yeah. Oh, another set of tracks I remembered was the technology tracks.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's technology tracks that you can get on one of the wheels for to go up in the technology track, and it makes going on the other wheels more profitable.
Yeah, if there's more incentive to go to certain places, because if you do, you get extra resources.
Extra things.
Or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I really enjoyed this game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It was really fun.
Okay, so here's one thing that I didn't love about the game. And that was every quarter of the way through, you have to feed your people.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of games do this where you have to feed your people. And it makes sense that you have to feed your people.
It does.
But I was like, especially at the beginning of the game, that's like so valuable, and you're spending almost everything you have.
Yeah, it was a big tax.
It feels very big at the beginning of the game. By the end of the game, it feels a lot more manageable. But there at the beginning, you're like, that is like everything I have.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it.
Yeah, because there are things that you can get, buildings that you can get, or getting on the technology track maybe, I think. But there are places that you can go to mitigate some of that cost.
That's right.
So maybe it's 1 corn per worker instead of 2.
Yeah, because it's 2 corn per worker. It seemed like so high.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was one thing that I felt like detracted a little bit from my enjoyment of the game.
Yeah, one of the mistakes that I think both of us made is like right away, early on right at the beginning.
Yeah, on our first play.
On our first play, we went and got one of the extra workers.
Yes.
And not realizing, oh yeah, we have to pay them. And so now you've got 4 workers and it's 8 corn to pay for them. And you're like, I don't have 8 corn. So,
that is a lot. It's steep.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yes. But overall, I think this was a really good game.
Yeah.
I am very pleased with it. Do you want to give your rating first?
No, you go.
Okay. So, I would actually say, I'm going to say it's an A-.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm in the same range.
Okay.
I'm going to fall into the B+ side of that.
Now remember, A is great, B is good on our scale.
Yeah.
And so, we're really close to the same rating.
Yeah. I think the paying for the corn, to me, pulls it down just a touch.
Yeah.
It's still really good. I would consider this a really good game.
Yeah. This is one I want to play more. I'm wondering, I don't know on repeat plays if it starts to get very samey, or if there's enough to the game where it is still really exciting. So I'm wondering after, because how many times did we play this?
2, I think.
2 times?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering after 5 to 10 plays where we would land, if it would go down or if it would actually increase. I don't know.
That's a good point. I'm trying to think through it right now to see if are there multiple ways that you can, paths you can take to win the game, or is it
that makes it interesting enough?
That makes it interesting enough, or is it just the pyramid track and the buildings basically?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. That's something that we'll have to explore.
Right. But as of right now, that's going to be my initial first impression rating. I'm going to say A-. You're saying B+.
Yep.
So, okay, I think they're really close then.
They are.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.
And tell us down below in the comments, what is your ranking for this game and why? We definitely want to hear about it.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.